Hi, welcome to Sean's Good Time Sports Podcast. Today we'll be going over a recap of my NFL Week 13 predictions and my NFL Week 14 predictions. But let's start off with my NFL Week 13 predictions. So there was no Thursday games because of the coronavirus, so we'll be going on to the Sunday 1 o'clock games. I had the Dolphins beating the Bengals and covering minus 11.5. I got that one right. Then I had the Titans beating the Browns and covering minus 6. I got that one wrong. Then I had the Colts beating the Texans and covering minus 3.5. I got that one right. Then I had the Vikings beating the Jaguars, but the Jaguars covering plus 11.5. I got that one right. Then I had the Lions beating the Bears and covering plus 3.5. I got that one right. Then I had the Raiders beating the Jets and covering minus 8. I got that one wrong. Then I had the Falcons beating the Saints and covering plus 3. I got that one wrong. So on to the Sunday 4 o'clock games. I had the Seahawks beating the Giants, but the Giants covering plus 10.5. I got that one right. Then I had the Cardinals beating the Rams and covering plus 3. I got that one wrong. Then I had the Packers beating the Eagles and covering minus 8. I got that one right. Then I had the Patriots beating the Chargers and covering plus 2.5. I got that one right. I felt like that was kind of a gimme, the Patriots getting points with Belichick against a Chargers team that really can't finish. So on to the Sunday night 8:20 p.m. games. I had the Chiefs beating the Broncos and covering minus 14. I got that one wrong. It's probably the worst game I've ever seen Mahomes play, and he didn't even have that bad of a game, so that was pretty impressive. On to the Monday night 8:15 p.m. game. I had the Bills beating the 49ers and covering minus 1. I felt like that was a gimme. It was just minus 1 as a pick'em game, so I took the Bills, and it ended up paying off. But before we get into the COVID games with the Ravens and Cowboys and Steelers and Washington football game, I've been doing the Sean's Top 5 Hot Picks every week. I usually get all of them right. I may get maybe 1, maybe 2 wrong. This is the first week on Sean's Top 5 Hot Picks where I've got 4 out of 5 of my hot picks right. And they were very close games. It just it didn't pay out for me. I look for this week to get all my Sean's Top 5 Hot Picks right. But let's go back. Let's get into the postponed games, the coronavirus games. Ravens versus Cowboys. I had the Ravens beating the Cowboys and covering minus 6. I got that one right. Then I had the Steelers beating the Washington football team and covering minus 10. I got that one wrong. So my NFL Week 13 record for this week was 9-6. That's a good record. I can live with that. If I do that every week, I'm winning in the money world. You know, this is the money channel. I'm winning, and the people that take my bets, you guys are winning. So that's what I like to see every week. So let's go into my NFL Week 14 predictions, starting with tonight's Thursday night game. Patriots. I got the Patriots beating the Rams and covering plus 6.5. The Patriots are getting points. I don't really trust Jared Goff, so I like the Patriots in that one. And the Patriots against Rams, they're like 8-0, something crazy like that. So I like the Patriots beating the Rams and covering plus 6.5. Then on to the Sunday 1 o'clock games. I got the Panthers beating the Broncos and covering plus 3.5. They're getting Christian McCaffrey back, arguably the best running back in the NFL. I don't really trust the Broncos. I know they played good last week, but that's a divisional game. The Chiefs haven't played good in any of their divisional games, really, but I look for the Panthers to take care of the Broncos easily and handedly. Then I got the Cardinals beating the Giants and covering minus 1. I like that one. It's kind of a pick-em game, so I like the Cardinals in that one, taking down the Giants. I know the Giants have been playing really good football with that defense, but I think the Cardinals and Kyler Murray and D-Hop are due for a big game here. Then I got the Chiefs beating the Dolphins and covering minus 7. I love that game. They just had to win over a touchdown. The Chiefs play amazing in Miami. If you don't recall, they won the Super Bowl last year in Miami and they went off. So I like the Chiefs getting butterflies going in there and taking care of business against the Dolphins, getting minus 7. Then I got the Cowboys beating the Bengals and covering minus 2.5. It's Andy Dalton versus old team. I like the Cowboys a lot in that one. I don't trust the Bengals backup quarterback. And I think the Cowboys are just a better overall team, in my opinion. Then I got the Texans beating the Bears to win. It's a 1-point spread. It's a pick'em game, another pick'em game. We got, I think, 3 pick'em games in this. I like the Texans a lot. It's a pick'em game against the Bears. The Bears' offense is not good at all, and I just like the Texans because they have Deshaun Watson, so I'm taking the Texans. Then I got the Titans beating the Jaguars and covering minus 7. Titans and Derrick Henry got stuffed last week, but the 2 weeks before Derrick Henry had to go against a hard team like the Ravens, and then the Colts, two of the top defenses. So you know he was tired. He's getting a little bit of rest. I know they probably were running him a lot at practice, so I look for him to have a huge game. The Titans just dominate. So I got the Titans beating the Jaguars, covering -7. Then I got the Buccaneers beating the Vikings, but the Vikings covering +7.5. I know the Vikings defense isn't that great, but I feel like they're clutch at some moments. And I really like the Vikings offense a lot. So I think the Buccaneers win, but the Vikings cover +7.5. So on to the Sunday 4 o'clock games. I got the Colts beating the Raiders and covering -3. I like the Colts a lot. I've been high on them all year. I think if they make better decisions in the red zone, they'd win most of their games. They're a good football team. Then I got the Seahawks beating the Jets and covering -13. I know it's a high spread. I just think the Jets are the worst team in football, and I think DK Metcalf going against their third-string corners, so he's just going to tear them up, and I think Russell's due for a good game. Then I got the Chargers beating the Falcons and covering +3.5. It's a weird game. Two teams that don't really know how to finish. Both of those teams don't really look good, but I trust the Chargers over the Falcons any day of the week. The Falcons could prove me wrong against the Saints, against a quarterback in Taysom Hill, where he hasn't thrown a touchdown since the college days, and he throws 2 on that defense. Yeah, I like the Chargers a lot in that one, so I'm taking the Chargers +3.5. Then I got the Packers beating the Lions and covering -7.5. Aaron Rodgers kills the Lions. He always has. I think he always will. Just on about when he plays the Lions, he's ready to go off, so I like the Packers in that one. Then I got the Saints beating the Eagles and covering +6. It's 2 backups going at it. I think the Saints have a better roster. I trust the Saints. They only have to win by a touchdown. I think they can get it done, especially with the coaching. So I like the Saints beating the Eagles covering -6. They just have to win by a touchdown. Then I got the Washington football team beating the 49ers and covering +3.5. The Washington football team looks legit. The defense is legit. I'm not going to lie. I think Pittsburgh is a little overrated. I'm not going to lie. But it's a huge win for Washington. I mean, they went into Pittsburgh, they beat them, and gave them their first loss of the season. So credit to them. I think they beat the Niners. I don't know. I think it'll be a little bit close. I think the Redskins squeak by a touchdown. On to the Sunday night 8:20 p.m. game. I got the Bills beating the Steelers and covering -2.5. I think the Bills, if Josh Allen's clicking with Stephon Diggs early, I think they can just run away with the game. I don't trust the Steelers anymore. I think they're a good team. I just don't trust them in the AFC, because I think if Titans started heating up and the Bills start heating up, obviously the Chiefs, Pittsburgh can be in trouble. They could be exiting the first round of the playoffs. But I like the Bills beating the Steelers, covering -2.5. So on to the Monday night 8:15 p.m. game. I got the Ravens beating the Browns and winning because it's a 1 point. It's a pick'em game. Ravens don't lose to the Browns. It's kind of like the Pittsburgh situation. They might play close to the Ravens, but like I said, it's a pick'em game, so I have to go Baltimore. They're getting their guys back. They look solid against Dallas. They didn't look great. They look solid. I think Lamar played good for his first game back with the COVID. But no, I like the Ravens that one because they're going to get Mark Andrews back. They're going to get Judon. They're going to get a lot of their Pro Bowl players back, which is huge, and their chemistry together. Yeah, so I think the Ravens, they're going to get the win there. But so on to Sean's top 5 hot picks. Starting off, the first one, I like the Patriots beating the Rams and covering +6.5. The Patriots are 8-0 against the Rams. And the Patriots are getting 6.5, and they Belichick. I like the Patriots a lot on that one. It's in Los Angeles, but they were just in Los Angeles last week, so you knew Belichick had them staying in Los Angeles for this game as well. No slack over there on Belichick's part. Yeah, I just like the Patriots in that one. Number 2, I like the Texans beating the Bears and getting the win. It's a 1 point spread. It's a pick'em game. Quarterback play, you have to think Trubisky or Watson. I like Watson all day. I think they put more points on them. I think they get the win, and it's a pick'em. On to 3. I like the Buccaneers beating the Vikings, but the Vikings covering +7.5. The Buccaneers can win, but the Vikings will cover 7.5. I really like that. I think the Vikings have an offense that can keep up with Tampa, but I think their defense is clutch and they can get a stop. That's why I'm going to take the Vikings. I like them. It's +7.5. On to 4, I got the Chargers beating the Falcons and covering +3.5. I like the Chargers a lot in that one. I know both those teams aren't that great, but I trust the Chargers more. The Falcons had a chance to beat the Saints. They didn't. They were going against a backup in Taysom Hill, who hadn't thrown a touchdown since the college days, and he throws 2 on that defense. So I think Justin will shred them up. I just really like the Chargers that one. Plus, I trust the Chargers defense. They got a really good defense over there. That's why I took the Chargers plus 3.5. Then I have the Ravens beating the Browns in a win, 1-point spread, a pick'em game. Browns are good, but I think the Ravens are getting guys back like I brought up. I like the Ravens a lot in that one. I think when you look at it, the Ravens and Steelers really never lose to the Browns, and the Steelers usually kill the Browns, but the Ravens and Browns is usually a little bit closer. But it's a pick'em game, so I like the Ravens in that one. All right, so now onto my NFL Week 14 power rankings. No surprises. I had them last week at 1. Kansas City Chiefs is the worst game I've seen Mahomes play, but it wasn't even that bad of a game. That's the scary part. The other worst game I've seen him play would probably be the Super Bowl because he had 2 interceptions. So that's pretty scary that was Mahomes' worst game. And look at all the weapons they have. So right now, they're my Super Bowl pick right now. I mean, that offense is insane. I don't think anyone in the AFC can probably compete with them as of right now. So I got them at number 1. Number 2, Pittsburgh Steelers. They just lost their first game to the Washington football team. They got a good football team. They got question marks, I think, on their offensive side. But I'm going to give them a chance to prove themselves. At number 3, the New Orleans Saints. I think it's pretty amazing that they're winning games without their star quarterback, Drew Brees. Their quarterback, Taysom Hill, like I said before, and thrown a touchdown since the college days, and he threw 2 against the Falcons. They're finding a way to win games, so pretty remarkable on their part with the Saints. I have them at 3. At number 4, I got the Green Bay Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. He's playing like it. He leads the league in touchdowns, and if you look at his weapons, he has Adams and Jones, but look at Mahomes' weapons. Could you imagine if Aaron had those weapons? It's just pretty remarkable. I think he's the league MVP right now. He's playing great, so I got the Packers at 4. And the defense is playing pretty solid. Then at 5, they haven't been on my list at all this year, I don't think. Or they have been, but not that high. The Buffalo Bills. They got a good team. I think if Josh Allen can keep getting the ball to Diggs and the defense step up, they can stay at 5 or move up higher. They got a good football team. And then at number 6, I got 2 teams. I got the Seattle Seahawks. Well, for honorable mention, I got 2 teams, the Seattle Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans. I think with the Seattle Seahawks, the defense needs to show me something. They showed me little flashes, but they need to be consistent. And Russell, when you play a team like the Giants in the NFC East, you got to capitalize on that and get the win and play good. With Tennessee, I'm not going to put all the blame on Derrick Henry. He had 2 hard games, and he had great games against those teams, the Ravens and the Colts. But those are games where you get banged up, so I'm going to give him a break. But I thought the Titans should beat the Browns. But the Browns are not that bad of a team. I think if the Titans can get Henry rest throughout this time, because the playoffs are going to be coming up soon, like 4 weeks away or something, I think Tennessee's going to be in really good shape and be one of those top teams in the AFC to compete with the Chiefs, with the Bills. That's my number 6 round we'll mention. That was it for my podcast. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in.